Did Moses tell the truth? I was raised in my religious tradition to believe that Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Jewish Bible, which later became a part of the Christian Bible, right? So think about this for a moment and imagine if someone like Moses today made a similar claim. So you have this man that comes. He was raised by foreigners. First of all, he was raised by Egyptians, right? He wasn't raised, well, it does teach that he was taught a little bit, possibly by his mother, about Jewish traditions, but by and large, he was raised for most of his life by Egyptians who worship other gods. So you have this, in a sense, even though he's of Jewish descent, culturally he was raised as an outsider. So you have this outsider who comes in to your ethnic group, your religious group, right? He claims to have received secret knowledge from God about the origins of the universe itself, about the origins of this planet, Earth, about the origins of all life on this planet. Something he obviously, I think it's a given, he was not there to witness that unless he had a time machine, or unless God supernaturally took him back in time, which if there is a God, then yeah, that guy could do that, but let's bring it back to this level again. You got one dude who's making a claim that God gave him this secret knowledge, and further makes a claim that while he was on the top of a mountain, he received laws from this God that everybody is supposed to follow. At the very least, all of the Israelites were supposed to follow, but as it's been applied in later centuries, particularly when it comes to the Ten Commandments, there's the belief that all humans are supposed to follow this. So you got one dude claiming to have received secret knowledge, but conveniently there was no one there to witness this reception. No one heard this message from God except Moses himself. No one was there in the presence of God except Moses himself, and then it was not the full presence of God, right? The closest you had to an eyewitness was Joshua, who was like on the side of the mountain a little further away. But still, all he would have got was a front row seat to the thunder and lightning and the earthquake that the story claims happened. And that's all that anyone else saw either. You had close to, if the numbers were even remotely accurate about how many Israelites there were, that's close to like 1 million people witnessing this. But all they saw was thunder, lightning, and an earthquake. All natural occurrences. Now, it would have been a pretty big coincidence if these all happened at the same time that Moses happened to be up there. But still, that's not proof by itself that he heard directly from God. And on top of that, as I was taught, this man wrote the story himself. So you have one man making a claim to have received secret knowledge, and he wrote the story about it, and there's no corroborating witnesses. Period. Would you believe this? I wouldn't. I would want proof.